I come from a adopted family. They adopted me at 6 months old, very sick and very ill. Um, my life was very hard, difficult, and depressing. My father passed away in 1993, August 23rd, of a home invasion. They invaded us. I witnessed it when I was 3 years old. My birthday was August 9th. He died August 23rd, 2 weeks after my birthday. Throughout the times of growing up, it was very difficult. I mean, we didn't have much food or water or whatnot, but we managed.
I was staying in a gated community with family, got into a little trouble and ended up going to jail. When I got out, I think about 2, 3 years ago, that's when I actually became homeless until got me an RV, but that kind of fell through. So now I'm actually back in the tent waiting for a house to open up now so I can actually buy me one now. So, but I've been homeless for the first time. This has been nine months now. I don't grew up here, so I done seen the good and the bad. But the number one thing is here with homeless, they're not really helping like they should be. I done been in Jacksonville, I done been out of state, and I've seen the different homeless shelters in different states. And here it's like they don't really, they're not dedicated to homeless people like they should be, as in giving more to them instead of taking away. If I'm on the street laying down I done been on St. George Street laying down and actually had to get up because the police done came through and said, hey, you got to get up and go somewhere else. But the thing is, they should have more homeless shelters for homeless people, because I think, to be honest with you, it's more younger kids that's homeless here than anywhere else in the United States. And I done seen that just by going to different states, just walking through where the homeless shelter at and counting the kids. It's a lot of young kids that leave high school that just want to go homeless just to be away from their parents. And my thing is, I think they need, if they have more shelter for homeless and actually stopping them from not taking a shower or anything like that, you should never say no to a homeless person. And that's my thing. That's why St. Augustine, if they had more buildings or more help for the homeless, this place would be amazing.
Our agency has the vision to see everyone in St. Johns County have a safe place to live. We strive toward that vision by offering various programs. We currently have St. Francis House, which is our flagship program that offers low barrier emergency shelter to people who are experiencing homelessness. It is housing focused, so anyone can come in if they want to get off the streets and work with a case manager, work with staff. We'll get together a housing plan, whatever that looks like for them, and help them start moving forward. It looks very different for everyone. We see increasingly people who are elderly on a fixed income, younger people who are economically homeless, and they just need a little bit to get together and find the place that they can afford. We also serve people who have much deeper needs. They've perhaps been on the street for a long time. They have bigger challenges and fewer resources, and we work with them as well. Each person's plan is individualized. So we are not a night-by-night shelter. When you come into our shelter and say, I need to get off the streets, we hang with you until we can help you achieve that. We also operate Port in the Storm Homeless Youth Center, and that is for young people who are 18 to 24 and experiencing homelessness. They have a safe place to stay, they work with case management, and it operates much like our adult campus, except everything we do next door is run under positive youth development. So it's really tailored to their age level, their experiences, and their trauma. Most of the young people that we see next door have come from foster care. They've come from less than optimal parenting situations, and they need to learn a lot of life skills. They need a lot of work. In each of our programs, we offer opportunities to connect with mental health, substance abuse, medical health, and in our youth program, we have just opened our street academy in which they can work here with our staff through the Carleton Project, which is a private school, and get their high school diploma. There's such a heart for people who need help in our community. Say hello when they see someone who looks like they need a hello, to find where your passion lies for this, right? Maybe you really feel for the elderly who are experiencing homelessness. Maybe you really feel for these kids. Maybe you really feel for people who are struggling with mental illness or substance abuse. Reach out, get informed, and get involved.
It's very hard for homeless people like me. Just trying to find a job is very difficult because they won't even let you have the door open. They always say that they're full, or we'll see you in 2 weeks or so, and that never happens. Everybody needs a chance. Everybody deserves an opportunity to work. It's just, the struggle is just the jobs. Because I know anybody out here, I can't speak for everybody, I can only speak for me, is that when I'm out here on these streets and I don't have nothing to do, it makes me feel like I failed. And that there wouldn't be an opportunity. But I keep pushing and I keep pushing. I go to these job sites, I go to these applications, I fill out these things, this and that. But every time when it's time to go back for the interview or something, the door gets shut. And it's very depressing.
Most people feel like the homeless folks are lazy, and then they just don't want to work. But most of homeless folks that come in here to use our food pantry, they are working. They're doing everything that they can to try to save money, and it isn't enough. And then you also have, when they do find a place, it's first, last, insecurity. That could be $3,000 to $5,000 for someone to come up with, and most of us can't do that. Many of our homeless now are elderly, and they were living on fixed incomes, or families who can't qualify for an apartment because, again, they've got to prove that they make 3 times the amount to get approved for housing. So it's just, those are issues that they have to deal with. It's not easy. This mom and her 2 girls were referred to us from a domestic violence shelter, and they got her in here, and she got a job, and she was waitressing, like, for her first job, and they were saving money, and they were in transitional housing to start with, which is our lower rent housing. Then once she got stabilized and increased her income, she moved over to permanent housing. And then permanent housing is a little bit more money. It's less case management. They're more on the stable side, so they're doing all the things that we require of them, or that we've asked them to do. And then last year she moved out, and her and her 2 girls moved into their own apartment. She went from a waitressing job to a job with UPS. And she went from, waitressing doesn't really make that much money unless you get a lot of tips, to making, I think it was $27 an hour when she finally left here. And then she had a ton of money saved. So she had her first, last security, everything she needed when she moved in. The girls were older, and she was very settled. It's awesome. And to know that they are thriving now is amazing. So the community can help us by volunteering their time. They can by making donations, providing much needed supplies for our families. We are always in need of non-perishable foods, household items, cleaning supplies, paper products, gift cards, and so much more.
Always have your mind set. Never have your head down. I tell a lot of people, man, it don't matter what you're going through. As long as you see 12 o'clock every night, you make it to the next day, and always be blessed by anything you do. You can make somebody happy by saying one word, hey, how you doing, or anything. Always, I tell everybody, always keep a smile on your face, even if you're doing good or bad. And that's my number one thing. I tell a lot of people, keep your head up, eyes open, and mind focused at all times. That's my number one. For that, I give to everybody every day I talk to. I make sure I clown with everybody, I joke with everybody. But my thing is, I'm always trying to help the next person do better than what I'm doing. That's my number one thing.
Be kind to those who are experiencing homelessness. If you see someone who is on the street that is currently experiencing homelessness, just smile, say hi. Sometimes people treat them like they're ghosts and they can't see them. They're still people too. They're just having a rough time. Homelessness should be a short-term thing that they're going through, and we just need to be kind and try to help them through it no matter how we can, even if it's just to say hi, how are you doing today? Or if you have, I don't always suggest handing out money, but if you know resources that could help folks, and say, hey, I know of this church that feeds on this day, or if you know of any services that could help them, just be kind and offer assistance and smile. We all go through something. We're all going through something, and it may not show on our faces, it may not show in our body mannerisms, but we're all going through something, and just be as kind as you can.
We are all the same. We should all be treated the same. It's how we all want to be treated. Love, care, and respect is what my mom and daddy gave me to give to anybody in need. But if you don't want that, there's no need for me to give it to you. It's not all about the cards that you're dealt. It's how you play those cards that make your life come together. And the only thing I can say is, to the people listening, keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the stars.